Alright. Should be recording. I might see it in OBS, but I always... Yep, this file. Yay. Continuing in Just Cause 3. Which... yeah, I guess. The only thing not complete. 4 or 5 tether. Oh. Okay, yeah. But I finished all the challenges, and here, I guess, collect. Only Daredevil jump. Have I not gotten all the collectibles up? Which is fine. I may do them, but they've not been high priority. Is there anything I'm missing? Yep. Yeah, I've done every single challenge. I found every single collectible. Which does also mean, and I was surprised by that, I legitimately thought I would not be able to get this until the game finished. Until the game actually. Yeah. I thought that you get from collecting all the DeRavello tape, and I thought that the last one is actually after you beat the game. Which it might still be kind of sort of true. I'm coming. Oh yeah, and the key was provided by Square Enix when
might need your help, amigo.
Yeah, I think that there is still a DeRavello tape that is dropped by him at the end. But I guess it just doesn't count as one of the 71, 72, something like that you need to find for that. Yay. But yeah, because of that though, I'm kind of out of formal stuff for the point 1. But we'll see. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be finishing it with this part 20, or if there will end up having to be a part 21, and if I will do a part 20.1. So, yes. Yeah, it is 20. If I do that, though, and I mentioned this in the 19.1, what I might spend my time working on would be, like, collecting stuff for the garage. Maybe also trying to find and do this dungeon. Stuff like that. And I've got several things noted, because there's quite a bit.
Can I have your autograph?
I mean, I think I counted. I didn't include all of them. I will cut things out of the list, in part because it just gets late.
This is the General.
But I think there were 24 total items that I had noted to write up in the Friday thing. And so some of them didn't make it. Like, I got 2 here, Corsair and G-Skill, both having some announcements for DDR5 memory. I dropped both of those because I'm not sure how much that specifically will be of it. And it was already getting, so. But a lot of release date. Terra Nil, which is you're trying to restore nature instead of build a city. That's coming March 28th. Chia is releasing March 21st. And the last spell is exiting early access on March 9th. I am looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to Terra Nil, to be honest. If I get to keep that, I'd be quite happy to review that. You were disgusted.
Oh. Ever since they built this thing, I say someday Mario Frigo is going to stand on top of this wall and urinate off the edge of the world.
You always dreamed big, Mario.
I've done it 3 times since I've been here. You should try it.
If DeRavello is onto us, his forces won't be long in coming.
What's she doing here?
Rico, you try telling Rosa Manuela where not to go.
Rico,
It's too dangerous for you to be here.
I am a symbol as well as a leader. You understand that? It's why you tear down statues and rid our nation of poisonous propaganda.
And what if the Ravello tears you down? We don't have statues of you.
Well, actually, excuse me, I have a sculptor friend.
Mario, take her back. I'll hold the wall.
Okay, so he's not my friend, but he's a social media friend.
Yeah. Come on. Is annoying how slow this. There we go.
Go, we're back at the cove. How's it going?
No time to talk.
Hey, make sure you keep those supplies intact, Rico. The rebels need that equipment.
Come on. There we go. These might. Yep, they do have a better. There it is.
Okay, reload everyone. We'll be back soon. Brace yourselves.
There we are.
Coming again. Choppers inbound.
So one thing, just I can't get to, but there were a lot of releasing in March. This is a new. Like that was 3. I know that there were more. I think it was 4 or 5. Where's there it? Interesting to consider with this flat cannon is technically, you have to be setting fuses in this. But this is a very video game thing that you're just able to fire and they explode at a proper.
We'll be back.
What is that?
Approaching your location. Here they come again.
Rico, they took Zeno. Blew his cell and dragged him out. They're headed your way in a chopper, Rico.
Damn it! This was a diversion.
Rico, go to top of wall.
But where?
Get to the top of the wall. You'll see it coming.
I'm saying I've been on the top of the wall the entire time. That's why I was so confused. Also didn't think.
All right, Rico. It's just you and me now.
At this point, you're not supposed to have the jetpack, so it's not surprising that it's like I have to do this whole thing. But yeah, it still could have just grappled onto it. Come on.
Get the traitor, Rico. The rebels will hold the wall. Sorry, Rico, for letting Zeno escape.
Spilt milk, Dima. I'll take care of Zeno.
Come on. There you go.
Let me go. I never wanted this to... Please let me go. I never wanted this to happen. Bavarium had great potential for novel new uses in chemistry. Nightlights and magnetic bracelets. Bavarian geodes were sure to sell to tourists.
Zeno's been taken care of.
Not quite how you're supposed to do that, but
Didn't make it. this war, Rico.
Yes,
You
it's
know.
about that time, old
Work.
friend.
What? Oh yeah, I can mention about the... So Corsair announced a 48, 96, and 128 gig... Sorry, not one. 192 gig DDR5 memory.
Tear down the last of the Ravello's Central Command strongholds. Come see me.
Yeah, fast travel is now free everywhere, but I still want to fly this, so I got time. So yeah, it 4896 and 192 gig DDR5 kits. And G.Skill also announced, I don't remember their capacities, but they are quad and octo channel, as I recall. That are, I think it did say they are unlocked for overclocking, but DDR5 6800 for the speed. This is because of Intel. Have they released or just announced new Xeon processor? That both Corsair and G.Skill would be the wings for those. Which makes me happy because if Intel is trying to re-enter and really challenge in the HDD market, then hopefully AMD will indeed return Threadripper. I mean, I've said it many times before, I understand why that would be of the four main families: Ryzen Consumer, Epic, Threadripper Pro, and Threadripper, why Threadripper is the lowest priority of them. I understand that, but I just hope that now it can get the attention I want. Sorry. That I have one note in here that is wrong, but I remember. But I have another thing. There are 3 things from MIT this week that I wrote up because they were all 3 interesting. But one that it's only tangentially related to video game because it's Embracer Group, but it's like, this is actually kind of significant. Embracer Group, which owns THQ Nordic, Coffee Stain. Yeah, they own Deep Silver. There's another large one that I should be remembering. They own lots of stuff. A while ago, they purchased, like sometime last year, they purchased Middle-earth Enterprise, which is the corporation that handles all of the licensing for Lord of the Rings and whoop.
Care to dance?
And the Hobbit IP. They handle all that.
What's happening out there? Immediately.
I mean, that was a big deal when we got that, but they announced a partnership with New Line Cinema and Warner Brothers Pictures it's a multi-year partnership for multiple films, feature films. Which is definitely going to be interesting because the, I mean, there's a lot. Tolkien really built up one all over world with its history spanning thousands upon thousands of and it will be very interesting if they what it is they may choose to work with. But it is also apparently that corporation was only for the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, so I don't know if that would necessarily include some of the the Silmarillion kind of stuff. But would be really neat. And coincidentally, I watched the extended editions of the Lord of the Rings trilogy this past weekend. Just pure coincidence there. But it was still one of those because I do know some of the stories outside of those 2 books, The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings, and there's definitely plenty there they could work with. And indeed, one thing that they are working on, although I wasn't certain if this was as part of this partnership, like they've just already been working on it and now it's announced, or what, if it's something tangential but is already between New Line and WB. They are doing an anime, the Lord of the Rings the row of the Rohirrim that is set 183 years before the events of the Lord of the Rings, but features the House of Helm Hammerhead, which Helm's Deep in the Two Towers is named for that King of Rohan. So that'll be interesting, but I'm also just generally curious about what all they're gonna as a result of that deal.
You're not getting me, Tio.
I will get you.
You gotta practice, man.
Many will die tonight.
Not tonight. Tonight we win.
No winning when Bavarian Research Facility remains.
So we blow it up.
If I can access Central Control Panel, can use FOW to destroy tower. Petabytes of Bavarian research gone. I will need diversion to ensure enough time to hack systems.
We'll do it under the cover of war.
Rico, a moment. Rico, this revolution owes you a great deal.
It owes many of us a great deal.
You gave the people hope. After this is all over, the people will still need you. Chaos and destruction tear down nations, Rico, but it is the will of the people that builds them.
I leave the will of the people to you. Right now, we're going to set Bavarian research back half a century.
Perhaps I was rash. Bavarian would be a great boon to rebuilding Medici.
No, Bavarian is too dangerous. Tonight, Pirovello loses everything.
And I mean, to be fair, you're not
Of course you're right.
getting rid of Bavaria and getting rid of Louise.
Gather your forces. It's time.
Let's go!
I mean, there is an argument to be made that, yes, research is just research, data is just data. But by destroying this research so you have to start over again, there can be some arguments that you can do it better than Pirovello did, like have other
Rico, Fratre, victory is close at hand. Protect our troops from snipers as they push through the city. Push forward. Rico, take out the snipers. Troops can advance safely. Nothing can stop the revolution. More snipers, take them out, Rico. That's it. We made it. More snipers, take them out, Rico.
Yeah, so the three things from MIT, two of them are, well, technically all three chips, but different, very different use. One of them, they came up with a chip that is
They have too many armored units.
definitely,
You can hack the
I
SAM.
mean,
We can
definitely
fly in air support.
I need to deal with these things. Two of them have to do with signal stuff. One is a chip that's basically able to universally decode data, more specifically like the error correcting metadata in signals using Is that not okay? Good. It's actually kind of neat how it works, but it allows its own design is very efficient to the point of, was it 0.76 picojoule, which would be a trillionth of a joule, I think it is, per bit, which is approaching the level at which, well, approaching the energy level of just transmitting. Okay, I mean, really, really bad. But also is able to just decode basically any error correcting stuff, any error correcting code in there. Which can mean sometimes the codes require special chips to be decoded. This can't work with any of them, which presents the obvious advantage of chips. It's also tremendously more efficient than these other chips, so yeah, it's a hell of a thing. And it was also funny because they were talking about how, yeah, now that we have this part of it, this decoding part's so efficient, we're seeing how inefficient other parts of the chip are, other parts of the processor. So we're gonna start working on those too. Pretty sure that is destroyed. Seriously, guys? You're standing here, but you're not gonna do. Oh, maybe those jets were for me to pick up. Anyway, the other chip that's more conventional chip, it's for it's a wideband receiver, so it's able to take in radio signals, and the way it will work is the signals that it pulls in, it drops down to lower frequencies to work with them, which this helps it work with a wide range of frequencies, and you already have chips like that. The problem is that such chips, they are susceptible to harmonic interference, where the example it uses is if you have like a 1 gigahertz signal, 2 gigahertz, 3 gigahertz, and they name 5 gigahertz, not 4, which I think that does make sense. It's been a while since I've worked with some of the harmonics stuff. About 13, 14 years since I had that class in college. Since I had a class that covered optics in college, but I'm a little unsure. I'm not catching them with this, so... Ow! Let's call on something that we'll be able to... Wow. There. And this is probably still not a great solution, but it has a chance. I need to just do it this way. Or I should have just grabbed the jet. I'm not hitting these. It's just not Goodbye. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. There is no marker for me. Okay, that's a bug. That's it. Ow. Sorry, coming back to the chip though. So, one method that you can use to try to filter out the harmonic interference involves the use of capacitor. And the thing is, you can connect them in parallel or in series with different pros and cons. Like in parallel, it'll definitely do a good job of getting rid of the interference. The only problem is, it pulls so much power out of the original signal that you risk actually making that signal worthless.
Rico, it's time. Come meet me at the central command tower.
So that's obviously a problem. If you connect them in series, now the signal will be better preserved, but you end up with more interference. It's less robust against interference. So what they discovered is if you had them in series, but also apply charge sharing, so I guess there's still some kind of parallel connection. But by doing that, you actually get the best of both worlds. And I think it said it's able to, compared to the state-of-the-art wideband receivers, it's able to handle signals 40 times more powerful, which I'm not entirely sure what it means by that, I'll be honest. If that means it's 40 times greater the difference between the signal and the noise, or if it's saying that the noise can be 40 times more powerful and still filtered out compared to those other methods. I'm not entirely sure, but one aspect of this research that was neat though is it can all be done like in chip, like the CMOS fabrication methods will actually work to produce this chip in its entirety.
How much longer?
With all that, definitely interesting.
Operating automated firing systems will have to target manually.
Manual.
I will remain to ensure tower destruction.
Forget it, team. We will not stay. Find another way to destroy.
Can you ride another missile? No, this is the only way. You know this to be true.
Dima!
Will ensure destruction of Bavarian knowledge. All knowledge. We have lived a very long life. One with many mistakes and many triumphs. Just trust me. It's okay.
I was thinking that because of her absence in 2 of the 3, because she was present, she gives you the jetpack in the air expansion. I'm pretty sure. That she does die. I couldn't clearly remember it or not, and I didn't want to spoil that, but yeah. She does. Come on. Come on. Let's get there. I've got another MIT section. It also is pretty neat. You know what? Because I now have that, I'm gonna do this. I know I don't normally do the challenges here, but I'm gonna do it. It's also like the best chance I got to show off that. Alright. Alright. essentially Bavarium nuke. That is handheld. Well, shoulder. You know, close enough. There we go. Oh, how did that survive? Here we go. That should do it. Oh, no, it did. I really thought that would have pushed me behind.
Not like this.
Oh, wow, it didn't actually get that. I'll bet if I still had the full 8, that would have been enough for it. Ow. Yeah, so that's that thing. That's also why somebody had a comment in one of the previous videos that they just wait until they get to this point and then use that to clear out bases.
Well,
Okay, it makes sense. But it is, you know, limited ammo, so it's not... I like my thing, the lightning thing better. So yeah, this last MIT thing, it is a chip, technically. Well, it is a chip. Wait. This one was... No, this is the one that mentioned the ability to manufacture it using CMOS. But it's still the other one, the one with the filtering out signals. It did also say, though, that it is like just part of the chip architecture, now requiring external component. But this was for solving an issue with qubits, with quantum computers, that you need to keep them very cold. You also need to connect them to electronics, though. So that means that the cables going in can add heat to the system, can bring heat into the system, which you don't want. What they figured out was a way to wirelessly get the information in and out by putting a chip with a bunch of antennas on it within the refrigerator, and then they beam data in through a glass window. It uses terahertz frequencies, so it can be pretty fast, but what is really neat here is it sends it in, the chip receives it and knows to tell the qubits what they need to do. But it's a backscatter system. So it reflects the terahertz frequency back, but it modulates it to actually carry data with it. So it is a way in and out. And also, because of how much it reflects, very little energy is actually left in the refrigerator. So there's very little cooling as a result. It's definitely a very neat, clever
Deaths
solution.
will not be in vain. From the ashes of Diravello's beloved flames, Medici will rise like the phoenix. The free world cheers with you. Drink in your victory, Medicians, for today, the war is over.
Rico. Perdona. For all of Medici. Diravello is still out there. We have to find him and end him.
Hey, why aren't you celebrating?
a lot of good people died, Annika.
We got word that an advanced military chopper left the CENTCOM tower before it collapsed.
Where is it now?
My sources say it flew into the volcano and no one has seen it come back out.
We can't let him escape.
We're with you, Rico.
Let's get him, Rico, for Dima.
Meet me at the volcano. Be careful. The Ravello won't go down easily. We're coming for you, you bastard.
Come on. I think Duovello actually also is using the golden Urga helicopter.
Head to the volcano,
Um,
Rico. We'll meet you there.
which kind of makes me want to pull it out myself. Can I, or is it on? It is. Haha. Actually, I think even in one of the tapes, he mentions something about a golden helicopter, or maybe it's just something else. I mean, where it is mentioned he has this.
So, Rico, I've been thinking. What are you planning on doing when we're done with the revolution and we have freedom and everything? What's next?
I don't know, I hadn't really thought about it.
Well, it's time to start thinking, Padre.
Okay, what are you going to do?
I was kind of thinking of going into business, you know? Turn some of my garages into dealerships and become a salesman, eh?
Really?
Yeah, you want to be my partner? Huh? Frigo and etc. Dealers of fine automobiles.
Our sales are revolutionary.
Yeah, our prices are pure insanity.
You guys have got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Don't listen to her. Because we have got to do this.
Okay, we'll see.
No. Well, maybe we start small, eh? First, you come stay at my grandmother's, like when we were kids. And then we could put some time in, eh? Finish the car.
We'll see, Mario. Once the Revello's gone, the first thing I'm going to do is have a drink on a quiet beach. Alone.
Those time.
Suit yourself, Padre. But after that, it's time for Frigo and etc. to conquer the automotive world. I'll hold you to it.
Those times we've had to restart the game and we see the opening video. That's what it's doing. So it is technically set after the events of the game. Yeah. I hope it doesn't.
Revello's chopper is Bavarium shielded.
Yeah, it might.
Bavarium shields aren't going to stop me.
This is it, Fratre. Kick his ass.
Get in there, Rico. He'll show up.
Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, you're doing it. But you took my... I can call it back. I'm doing it.
We're all with you, Rico.
Oh, wait, no, it's right there. So it landed it there. Nice. And I got another one. Well, a different one. Oh, wait, this is a different one. I don't have the boost on it. What? It might just be because like those are helicopters I have access to. I don't know. Don't take it from me. Damn it, I think it did. It's probably gonna show me walking. Yep. Come on. There we go.
Bring him down! Those wings speak clearly.
hiding. You know, got above you.
Where are you? The shield is down, Rico!
Damn it.
You almost got him, Rico! Where are you, coward?
You're kidding me. Oh, no, I did get him. Okay, it's like... How much health did he have?
You will not destroy me, Rico Rodriguez. I am Sebastian de Rebel. I do not burn, I do not die. Wretched bastard! By ending my reign, you throw a nation into chaos. You fall without me. It was your time, Shelton, who made all the deals that forced me into power that made you an offer. Nation. I have it out. These imperialist dogs
If we hadn't been listening to the Duvel tapes the entire time,
for this long and this is what
let's actually see what all he says. I don't remember how soon I may have shot him.
and this is what I want. If my reign began in flames, Rico Rodriguez. And in flames.
I'm okay with that. I didn't need to kill him. Yep, so now I have the base version. There are the credits. I'm gonna alt-tab. Oh, no. I just want to see how long have I... Not an hour yet. In fact, it's not even 45 minutes. I really do enjoy it. It is a good game. Just Cause 4 does not hold up as well against it, purely because it came out years later, and I don't think it built on them. But I do still hope for Just Cause 5. I really do. No idea if that is something being worked on, or if it's... At least one thing with the Just Cause game. At least 2, 3, and 4. You kind of can just stop if you need. You know, it is something that I can. It makes sense as far as the whole. When we have a good idea, when we have a good technology or something that's going to enable us to really make a good one of these, that's when we do it. As opposed to no, we try to pump one of these out by you. Or we always try to have one in development, and when it's ready to go out, it goes out. Kind of thing. Nope. When we got something for it, we do. Yeah, so one thing though, it must be Just Cause 4 then that has the limited ammo on vehicles and the minigun. Definitely. Because I mean, it's a video game where you're supposed to be blowing stuff up. Why are you hampering me like that? Especially, I think the minigun you can reload if you put it back into the stand. But not vehicles. And it's like, let there be an option. That'd be some way around. Yeah, so as I said last week, I think I'll try to work on the Far Cry series, but I don't know, and I'll probably start with Far Cry. I don't know if I will start that next week. Just the reason why is the last spell is reaching its release version, as I said, in 2 weeks. So there's part of me that is tempted to do a video in it next week. As like, you know, the pre-release, as like a final pre-release video of it. Video in there. Which, that does remind me, I probably should ask if we're gonna get early access to the release version, whatever changes they're making there for reviewing, or if we are gonna have to wait until after. I'm good with either. My schedule can be a little weird, so it's like it being a little later isn't a problem. But also, I'm just curious what some of the release changes are going to be. I didn't see anything like that in the press release that I got, which is fine if they want to play that, you know, keep that close to the chest. And it could also just be no, I'm going to get an email saying, okay, use this code. Well, here's a key, and use this code to gain access to it, and these are the changes. And it might be that they're just reserving it all for that. However it is, I'm cool with that. Because I genuinely enjoy the game, and I am looking forward to spending time in it. It is a game that if it wasn't for the fact that I just am not... I've been... Basically, when I play a game in recent months, it's either for a specific purpose like this, recording these videos, or it's more to relax, to chill kind of thing. So like Satisfactory, I play a fair amount. When I have... Well, I don't play a lot, but it's one of the ones that I go to, is what I mean by fair amount. Also, I've been playing it some, but then I stopped, just I needed to focus on other things. I think actually The Witcher 3 Performance House is what swept at that. And that, I still know the plan is there. But Hard Space Shipbreaker, which is also a fun, chill game, although there are some... Just some of the physics is so stupid wrong. Anyhow, yeah, I looked. It's been 10 days since that first hotfix of version 4.01 for The Witcher 3. There's not been another. I don't think it covered everything. They were talking about adding Horizon-based ambient occlusion back, which I assume is HBAO+, not just HBAO. It seemed too small an update, but for that. And it also, no, in the patch notes for it, it wasn't mentioned. So, I'm still waiting to see what comes. I really should, launch the game to make sure. I don't think I saw it. I think I did launch the game and look in. So it is just, that's still kind of up in the air, because it's like, okay, can we get these patches? I want them good, so I don't mind waiting, but still it's like, oh man, this is so annoying that I have to keep waiting for. At least it also gives me time, not that I've been spending the time, because I've had other things. But I still have time to work more on the scripts for processing the data. I did it last week. I don't know if I would have mentioned last week. The one change that I've made to my applet, I had the ability in there to disable grouping, certain grouping. So data is grouped by GPU, by API, by quality, and by location. If you uncheck the location group, now it's not separated out, so all of the data for that GPU, API, and quality is run together in the statistic. Which I think is a useful thing to do. If it's like, no, just generally I want to know how that specific company performed, it doesn't matter what location. And to be clear, that is completely appropriate statistic. Okay, because that's what I care about, is those configurations. The location is more like if there is something that can combine all together. That's because all samples of the same population. Technically, if you drop out any of the groups, you can make that argument, but it is population. Like the just GPU quality API population is different from GPU API location information. Like that population, those are different. Don't confuse those, but the samples within those populations, yeah, you can do that. But when I redid how those stats calculated, it broke the ability, because I think I had it in there, maybe I did, to remove, there we are, to remove, come on brain, turn over, to remove data from it. So like if I were to stop grouping by location still, and then remove, say, the second location, now that second location is actually taken out of the data when it's processed. So if I typically do 3 locations, let's say one is wild, it's completely different from the other. Like very high performing, very low. I could turn that off, and so it just it groups together the 2 other locations and presents that. It's more so like if I wanted to compare, say, the APIs, because Witcher 3 is DirectX 11 and 12. So I could turn off grouping by GPU, I could turn off grouping by location, I could filter down the quality, and just have DirectX 11, DirectX 12 at, say, high. Well, the GTX 770 really isn't up for a lot of this stuff, so turn that off. Okay, now I get the stats, where it's all grouped together, not including that. Maybe I want to see just for NVIDIA, so turn off the RX 864. That will now work. That will all now work. Yeah. Okay. No, that's right. I did say, I thought that there was. It's kind of a shame that blew up. I actually need that. I'm just gonna head back into the crater, the caldera. Although it might. I'll check out the. I think there is a final developed. I don't remember for certain. I just think there is. I know I would have spent the time scouring over this area, over the caldera and such, to see if there was something. Hey, that I got close enough, it would have started beeping that were collected. Yeah, this is easy recommendation. And it still looks. There are ways it can be improved, but there aren't many. Near. And this, I think, is where staging. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what that tree is. Okay, crash remnants of his plane. Sorry, his helicopter. I mean, it's kind of a in between plane. So he would have fallen down. But I think at this point I am close enough that if there were to be something. Okay. Or it's or maybe the beep. There's one thing. Reappress and fast travel. Okay, that's what I thought. And that's time. I will do that for. Especially when the early ones from before I had the fun stuff. Although I don't have the unlimited ammo on the... And I actually want to do it back here. Be that. Although, let me... Yes, dude. You know what then? No. Because I think I will try to do a 20.1 where I collect what garage vehicles I don't have yet. And I want to do it like, you know, area by area. There's probably more. 1, 2. Let's actually see how far I can get. Whoa, just using the jetpack.
Choppers are inbound. I repeat, choppers are inbound.
We also have boats.
We are sending naval support to your location.
Okay, here's another. Here's another. Please be quick. Having that, the strongest tethers is nice. Guys. Ooh. Got it. How did I manage that? I think I got that one.
Dispatching chopper support to...
Should have started shooting at me.
Aerial strike team inbound. Inbound to provide additional support.
This is why the game's series is so fun. The sheer chaos. But still, you are able to just go through it all and annihilate. It just gives a kind of satisfaction. A cathartic relief. That we probably need it. This is not going to fly.
Be advised that chopper support is approaching your location.
I do not want to have to deal with a core. Sorry.
Please be advised, we have neighbor forces on the route to your location. Sending air support to your location.
Uh-oh, wrong kind of air support. Looks like it's clear. Where I wasn't focused. There's stuff underground, too. There's a tunnel, isn't there? Yeah. That's gonna be fun. Yep. At this point, I don't think I have a choice. I guess I might be able to fly. But there's also these.
Stay down.
Yeah. Aw, come on. Whoa, how did they do that? There's like a shot to my arm that caused me to really shift out. I'm not entirely sure where they are over there, but apparently they are over here. Oops. Oh, I see one. Oh, I see them both now. Well, maybe. Definitely that one's intact. Yep, that was it. Ah. That is why this game is nice. That guy walked in front of me at just the wrong time. Alright, well, that'll do it. So yeah, I'll probably do a 20.1, but otherwise, that'll be it for Just Cause 3. So yeah, I don't know if next week I'll start in Far Cry 3, or if I will do, The Last Spell. Don't know. Just gonna see how something like what comes up. It's also just weird things going on in other ways. Alright, see you next.